and welcome to Mortgage Solutions. I'm your host, Mark Rigney. Today, we have a very exciting show for you first-time homebuyers. Barbara Silberzahn, who is the Director of Fairfax County's Homeownership Division for the Department of Housing and Community Development, is in our studio, and she will educate us on affordable home buying opportunities for you eligible first-time homebuyers. Hi, Barbara, and welcome to the show. We're excited to have you.
Hello, Mark. It's wonderful to be here.
Barbara, why don't we start by telling us what the Fairfax County's first-time homebuyer program is and what it does?
Well, the first-time homebuyer program is an opportunity for moderate-income families to purchase in Fairfax County and be close to where they live or work. Currently, we have 1,500 properties, home buyer properties.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot. And when these units are resold, they come back to us through the first-time homebuyer program, and they're resold to someone who qualifies, which means we keep an affordable stock of housing in Fairfax County.
Now, first-time homebuyer, that implies that you could have never owned the home before. Is that the case, and what are the qualifications for the program?
Well, basically, first-time homebuyer implies that you haven't owned a home for 3 years. Now, we do make certain exceptions for displaced homemakers. These are persons who have gone through a divorce. And we also have an exception if you're purchasing a property that is age-specific for families that are over 55.
Senior citizens.
Exactly. Then the first-time homebuyer credit doesn't apply. Some of our other qualifications include a minimum and maximum income. You have to have $25,000 to be in our program. There are maximum incomes. Just for example, a family of 4, the maximum income is $74,000.
Okay.
And you have to be able to go to a lender and qualify for a loan that meets one of the prices of one of our homes.
Okay, that could be challenging too sometimes.
Yes, it can.
Now, let's talk about the benefits of this program. What are the benefits of the first-time home buyer program versus just buying a house in the open market?
Well, the benefits, first of all, are price. We live in a county that's very expensive, one of the most expensive in the country. And this gives first-time home buyers with moderate income an opportunity to purchase in the county, to live in a neighborhood and a community where they live and work, where there's good schools and good services.
Now, are these homes for sale for lower than what they would come on the appraised value or come on the open market?
Yes, definitely. About a third to a half of what they'd be on the open market.
Okay. What about self-employed borrowers?
Self-employed borrowers have to do the same thing that regular borrowers do. They have to prove that they verify their income to meet what we require.
Okay, okay. And we all know that you have to look at the tax returns for self-employed borrowers. So they have to qualify on their net deductions after their deductions. So.
And again, Mark, they have to be able to get a loan from a lender, so they have to prove that they can do that.
So they have to get pre-approved first, then, I would say.
Exactly.
Okay, okay. Now, is it a requirement that you be a U.S. citizen, or can you be a green card holder, or who qualifies for this program?
Well, at a minimum, we have several permanent residency statuses that qualify.
Okay, okay. So you don't necessarily have to be a U.S. citizen?
No, no.
Okay, okay.
But you can't be on a student visa either.
Okay. Now, Barbara, how do some of these homes come into the first-time homebuyers program?
Well, currently, the programs come through the Fairfax County Affordable Dwelling Unit Ordinance.
Okay.
And that requires developers to provide a certain number of affordable units when they build over 50 units. And what they get in return for that is the ability, bonus density, which allows them to build more market rate units.
So these people who are buying an affordable home, they may get a brand new home out of this.
Oh, definitely. All these homes were new at one point.
That is awesome. That is awesome to be able to buy a new constructed home at a discounted price. That's an excellent opportunity. Now, what types of homes are in this program? Are they condos, single-family homes, duplexes, townhouses? What type of programs, what type of homes are in this program?
Well, with a few exceptions, they're townhomes and condominiums.
Okay, mostly townhomes and condominiums.
Right.
Are there any single-family homes in the program?
Just a few.
Okay, okay. And where are these properties located? Where do you
They
find
are
them?
located throughout all of Fairfax County, through all the magisterial districts.
Okay, all through Fairfax, okay. And what basically are the price, in your experience, what are the price ranges of these homes? What are the least and the most expensive of these homes?
Right now, the least expensive would be about $70,000. That would be a small condominium, and they go up to about $180,000 for the larger townhomes.
Are there any requirements, say if a mother with 3 kids, they're not allowed to buy a single bedroom condo, would that be correct?
No, the process requires that you have to meet a certain family size for a certain size unit.
I see, okay, so they've got that all mapped out already. Okay, okay. Can someone buy a home with a notion that I'm going to try to make a profit on it or flip it? How does Fairfax County feel about potential buyers coming in the program for the sole purpose of making money? And quickly making money, not hanging on to the property, but flipping it right away and trying to gain a profit.
Okay. This program doesn't really allow for that. There are restrictions on the property. One is that you have to occupy the property as your primary residence, and then there's controlled equity involved if you go to resell your home. It's sold at a controlled price.
Okay. How long would a buyer be required to own the home before eligible to sell it?
They can sell it anytime after they purchase it.
Do they need to get Fairfax County approval to sell the home?
Yes.
They do.
They come back to us with a written intent to sell, and then we work up the controlled price of their property. The price is based on taking the original sales price plus a percentage of the consumer price index for every year that they've lived in there.
Okay.
And that's applied to the original sales price to determine the new sales price.
Okay. So what if they bought the home for $120,000 and through your situation they sell it for $150,000? Where does that $30,000 go? Does it go back to the county? Where does it go?
No, that's theirs, but it's a controlled price.
Okay.
If their property to remain on the market prices might have taken the unit up to $250,000.
So they can actually make a profit by buying one of these homes, is that correct?
Yes, we want them to walk away with enough equity so that they can move on. This is a first home opportunity.
Okay, okay. Can the homeowner make improvements to the home? Are they allowed to add a deck, add a swimming pool, upgrade the kitchen, new appliances? Are those allowed, or are those monitored by the county as well?
Well, certain outdoor improvements would depend on the HOA association because...
The homeowners association.
Exactly. The homeowners association will have certain requirements. And so in most cases with our homes, a deck would probably not be possible.
Okay.
But inside improvements, definitely. If they want to upgrade a kitchen, a bathroom, remodel, put new carpeting in, certainly replace systems that may be old and deteriorating. And that can be added to the value of the home when they go to sell it.
You mentioned homeowners association. What about their fees? Does the county subsidize that, or is the home buyer responsible for that? And they need to be aware of that at the time they purchase the home.
They definitely do, and that's part of requiring homeownership education up front before they purchase, because we want them to understand what being a home buyer involves.
How does a household become or get involved in part of this program? What are their initial steps?
There are 4 steps.
There are 4 steps. Okay.
Basically, we require you to come to an orientation.
Okay. How long does the orientation last?
It's about 2 hours. It's offered about 6 times throughout the county.
Just one class?
Well, that's just an orientation. That's step 1.
That's step 1. So 1 2-hour class to get going.
Right, to understand what the program's all about, to determine if the program's really for them. Because some people do not want to buy price-restricted properties with other restrictions on them. So they need to know what they're getting into and if they qualify.
Okay.
The second step is they have to take 6 hours of homeownership education.
Now, is that one class or is that a couple classes?
It depends. It's given in different formats. Sometimes it's all day on Saturday. Other times it's done over maybe 3 nights during the week and 3 consecutive weeks.
Okay.
We advertise on our website the Virginia Housing Development Authority's homeowner education class.
Okay.
And it consists of 6 modules. It talks about looking at the budget, determining what you can afford, then understanding your credit and being able to read a credit report, what happens when you go to a lender, what they're going to require, the appraisal, the home inspection.
So they're learning all about that in step 2.
Right, that's step 2.
Okay, okay.
And then step 3 is to go to a lender and get a conditional approval letter where the lender will look at your credit,
Bank
your
statements, pay
income,
stubs, W-2s,
assets,
right, tax returns.
and the underwriting criteria, and will provide a written statement regarding that. And then the 4th step is the application process to put you on a list where you would be eligible to apply for homes.
How long does the application process generally take? So say I've done step 1, 2, and 3. How long am I looking at to get this application done?
Probably several months.
Several months.
Just to get all those pieces together and come in and apply.
So if they want to buy in the next year, it's better to get started in advance rather than wait.
Right.
Yeah, most definitely. Okay, okay. Does the current location of where the buyer lives play a part in being able to qualify for the program?
No, but at the time of purchase, they will get priority points in the drawing for living or working in Fairfax County.
Okay, priority points. Explain that to me.
Okay, we'll get to the drawing process. Basically, when someone is interested in purchasing, they look on our website, and we market available units, both new and resale, on our website.
Okay.
And basically, an applicant has a certificate, and it has their family size, their income, and how much they qualify to purchase.
Okay, okay.
They look at the drawing, the offering on the website, and they determine if they qualify for it.
Okay.
Like if it's a family of 2 and the offering is a 2-bedroom, then they would qualify. Families of 2 to 4 qualify for a 2-bedroom. Families of 3 to 6 would qualify for a 3-bedroom. Then they would look at the price of the home and determine that they can get a loan to purchase that unit.
I see.
And then the next step is to go see the unit, because we don't allow anyone to go into a drawing unless they've seen a unit and they really have decided they are truly interested in purchasing. So they go to an open house. Then they put their name in the drawing, and they get priority points for living or working in the county, 5. If they have a dependent child, they get another point. And if they've been on our eligible list for several years, they get 1 point for every year up to 3. So potentially a person, when they apply for a drawing, could have as many as 9 points.
Okay.
It is a drawing in the sense that all the priority points come to the top, and all the 9 points randomly are then thrown into a random drawing for the home itself.
Okay. But that doesn't mean that people from D.C. or Maryland coming into the state of Virginia who work in the state of Virginia, that means they're disqualified for the program.
No, they're not disqualified.
Right. Has it been your experience that someone, I noticed you mentioned that rule about you have to view the property before entering into the lottery for it. Has you ever had experience where someone did that and then decided, oh, I don't want to buy that if they won the drawing?
Yes, but we take this as a legal commitment. When you write a contract, it's just like being on the open market. You've made a commitment. So you really need to think about this before you sign the contract. Once you've signed a contract, the only way you could possibly get out of it, because you've made a legal commitment, would be if for some reason you didn't meet the contingencies, the financing contingency,